Let's talk about Alberta separatism. In the last week, we've seen signatures submitted, data leaked, court decisions rendered, and much more than that. Unfortunately, it forces us to accept there's a very live conversation underway about the future of our province and our country. It's a conversation a lot of people would like to avoid. I would like to avoid it because the conversation itself is dangerous to our province. It tears at our social fabric, it scares capital, damages the economy. But the conversation is here, and more dangerous than the conversation is if the pro-separatist side is the only one active in the conversation. So let's be clear. All the polls show the vast majority of Albertans are patriotic Canadians who would oppose separatism. But we can't take that current state for granted, nor should we ever. Over the next few months, those of us who love this country are going to run into friends, co-workers, family, who have forgotten the case for Canada. Beyond them, we'll run into people who think a vote for separatism is a useful way to send a message. And we're going to have to decide what we do in that moment with very high stakes. For most of us, the pull of Canada is reflexive, makes its case daily. But civilization, it said, is a thin layer of remembered arguments, and the risk for any proposition that is universally accepted is that people stop rehearsing their reasons for it, which leaves society vulnerable when the claim is challenged. So let's remind ourselves of the case for Canada. A country with the second largest landmass on Earth, bordered by 3 oceans, rich in energy, agriculture, minerals, technology, talent, and democratic stability. We inherited market economies and personal freedom common across the Americas, and we have comfort with risk, mobility, individual ambition. We're wealthy. No Canadian's wealthier than Albertans. But we also inherited institutional restraint, social obligation, and procedural legitimacy from European political traditions. We are a measured people, and we've found prosperity and happiness in that measure. The United States might have a larger economy, but the median Canadian is 23% richer than the median American. Fact that surprises many. But it's because we take care of each other, through universal health care, through humane social supports, frankly, just out of a desire to do right by each other. And no one takes care of each other better than Westerners. We look after each other. Newfoundlanders are there for Albertans during wildfires. British Columbians there for Quebecers during ice storms. If you want an economic argument, Canada gives Alberta access to one of the most valuable things any society can possess: a large, stable, rules-based economic union. No internal borders, checkpoints, no customs houses, no currency risk, no uncertainty over citizenship, pensions, banking systems, supply chains, or trade relationships. And we're a country that has a trade agreement with every other G7 nation, something no other G7 nation can say, and something that exists because of a reputation we hold internationally, of which Canadians are rightly proud. If you want a social argument, we've created a country that has such an emotional pull and means so much, both here and abroad, that people in other countries have been known to pretend to be Canadians. Objectively measured, Canada always tops charts of global reputation. We celebrate together. The golden goal, Jeremy Hansen orbiting the moon. We mourn together. Terry Fox falling short on his run. The shooting in Tumbler Ridge. Canadians, including Albertans, have died under our flag, defending our values across the globe. Because Canadians show up. We're one people with a shared story that goes back centuries and is ever growing. Why would we give that up? To be a smaller, more insular country? To jeopardize our economy by landlocking ourselves? To divorce ourselves from our family? To limit our ability to travel? To remove the pride that comes with being associated with this great project? There are many arguments for separation you're going to hear put forward. Many, frankly, absurd. Such as the idea it would be easier somehow to get a pipeline to the coast if the coast were not ours. Encourage critical thinking and be critical yourself. And to those you run into who might think separatism creates leverage, I'd encourage you to tell them 2 things. First, the Bank of Montreal is headquartered in Toronto for a reason. This is a dangerous game. Second, don't bet or bluff with something you can't afford to lose. Canada isn't perfect, and as a Westerner, I'm very familiar with the frustration that comes from being part of a confederation that doesn't always seem to fully value what we bring or fully understand our unique culture. But there is no grievance with the rest of Canada that would justify destroying Canada. We live in the greatest country on earth, an imperfect one, but one that is always improving, and one in which Alberta has never been more central. Prime Minister is an Albertan. The Leader of the Opposition is an Albertan. We set national agendas. It's always a good time to be a proud Canadian, but it's an important time to be one over the next 150 days. If you run into a separatist, if you run into someone who sees it as a tool of leverage, I ask you to do this. Say I'm not with you, firmly but politely. Explain what this country means to you. Explain what it means to lose that country, what it would mean to your family, to our economy, to our sense of identity. Be thoughtful. Ask if other ways their concerns would be better resolved. Ask if their solution resolves their concerns at all. Take in their arguments, provide your own. Be proud. The next 150 days will not be easy, and I lament we have to have this conversation. It's a conversation nobody voted to have, a conversation driven by interests that cannot win political office, but are now hijacking our political discourse. But as Albertans and as proud Canadians, it's a conversation on us now. Let's make sure we face it with the best of Canadian attributes. Positivity, thoughtfulness, compassion. But toughness, clear-eyed. Get involved, show up. The world bends to the will of those who show up. Those who would take this country apart know that. Let's show them we know it too.